it's all good. So we really appreciate it, and what I need from you guys is a lot of energy, a lot of love for all the comedians you're going to see tonight. Are you ready to give a lot of love tonight? Yes! Fantastic. So I want you guys to put your hands together and bring to the stage the very first comedian of the night, Socrates, everyone.
Thank you so much. Keep it going there for Joe Jacks. Wait, I'm sorry, Rogier back. I read that on Facebook, and Facebook will never lie to you, even though they admit that they like to lie to you. You can trust Mark Zuckerberg, can't you? Exactly, that's what I thought too. So, I am American. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. Yeah, the truth is we're the ones that brought you President Donald Trump. But then we impeached President Donald Trump, and probably though, but then we're probably going to re-elect him. Admit it, it's probably going to happen. So, something about politics. I mean, Boris Johnson, Donald Trump, we could do better. I just, I don't know. There's something strange about the world. That's all I'm saying. But the thing about it is, when it's all getting crappy like that, it's good for comedy. You know what I mean? Because you want to at least have a laugh. Because if we're all going to go down, we might as well laugh together, right? It allowed me to focus on the more important things in my life. While trying to get in shape. Thank you. That's the thing. It's like I realized that I'm in A shape. I thought I could get into a better one. And a friend of mine suggested I try hot yoga. I had never done it before, so I signed up for the class, and the instructor, she took one look at me, told me I did not qualify. Yeah, it did not make me feel better. We started a hot yoga conversation. Hot yoga is just that good. I don't know, they wouldn't let me in, so I tried. Apparently, yeah. Well, what can I tell you? But that's the thing, life is so stressful, you know what I mean? And I heard that it helps, but I don't know. And, the problem is, it's so hard to maintain a proper work-life balance, Like a buddy of mine, he's 24 years old, and he just had his first burnout at work. 24 years old, right? So it's really, really difficult to maintain a work-life balance, And the most important thing is you should never take your work home with you. And this applies doubly if you're a kindergarten teacher. Fool me once. That's all I'm saying, But the thing is, when your worldviews, conflict with your overall goals in life, it's really difficult and a painful moment. Like, I'm an anti-capitalist capitalist because I don't believe in capitalism at all, but I do trade the stock market. Not really well, but, I try. But it's worse for a friend of mine because he's a flat earther, but he's also a globalist. It's just difficult for him, is all I'm saying, But I don't get to deal with the globalist, you know what I mean? They're supposed to be taking charge of the world and making it. This is what they did with it. I don't know if you've noticed it or not, these globalists that are in charge. This is what they came up with. I'm just not impressed, is all I'm saying. But the thing is this, though. I don't know if you've noticed or not, the economy, it's getting pretty bad out there, I tried working for a while. I didn't like it. Boss is yelling at me, barely paid. I just wasn't into it, So I'm doing stand-up comedy now, which I like a lot more. It's fun work. There's really no pay. Get a couple beers. It doesn't really offset the train ride. But at the same token, I'm actually enjoying it, So I'm trying to find, a way around these things, looking for loopholes, because you got to have a plan, Recently I discovered crime. Have you tried this thing? If you want something and you can't afford it, right, you can steal it. You get the stuff, you don't have to pay for it, it's a win-win. It's a victimless crime. And the other good thing about it, it's good for your, overall training and exercise, Like the other day, I stole something, and I'm running, and I'm really booking too, so it's I was really into it, and I wanted to quit, but I couldn't, you know what I mean? It's when you hit that wall, like marathon people, etc., that happened to me, because I turned down the street, there was a cul-de-sac, So it wasn't a literal wall, but it was close enough. I was trapped, you know, and I realized this is it. I could, you know, I have to give up, or I can push through it, you know, reach my goal. And I did, you know, I scrambled away and I got away, which was the goal, is all I'm saying, you know. But that's the thing about crime, though. You don't actually have to commit it to get some of the benefits, you know. Just the thought that you're going to steal something, heart's thumping like a maniac, it's really good cardio. But the thing is this, though, you know, there's a downside to crime. I don't know if you know it or not. It's called getting caught. It's a real bummer. You know what I mean? Police have this whole attitude, judge, jail. It's not really cool. So what I'm trying to do is figure out a way, committing crimes without getting caught. See, my initial thought was to steal diamonds, maybe rip off a drug dealer, you know? You know, kind of glorified kind of crimes, you know, good money, etc. But I realized I'd probably get caught and possibly killed. Downside, I needed a better plan. So what I'm trying to do is work my way from the bottom up. Things I think I can get away with, maybe not so valuable. You know, like I've been stealing that walking stick that the blind people use. They never see it coming. And look, the truth of the matter is, look, they're not going to go running off to the police, you know? Not without that stick, they're not. And without an eyewitness report, they got nothing. Now, of course, the problem is it's kind of hard to sell, because there's not a lot of people looking for those things. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a long walk, but eventually got more or less there. That's what I'm saying. But, you know, I was actually working with the other nice thing is, you know, the employee discount they have at, like, the self-service at Albert Heijn. You can save a lot of money with that one, too. You know, 1 for them, 2 for me. Yeah. Again, it's a victimless crime, I think. So I realize that there's moral issues in some of these things, and maybe some people think there's something wrong with, you know, a life of crime. And so to try to offset it, I joined the Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, I thought it would open doors for me. Yeah, it did, you know. And the beauty of it is this, though. See, if someone is willing to open the door and talk about Jehovah or Jesus or whatever, if they invite you in, you can chat for a little while, and then you can say, excuse me, could I use the bathroom? Yeah. See, now you got a plan. Now you're inside the bathroom, and you've got access to stuff. And this has nothing to do with what I'm saying, but if anybody wants to buy some partially used soaps, give me a contact after the thing, because it's a crime I got away with, is all I'm saying. See, when they start trying out stuff, that's part of the idea, trying stuff out, you know what I mean? You just don't know how much it's going to work or how much it's not. But a buddy of mine recently, he just sent him a text the other day. I asked him if he was home or not. And he says to me, I'm always home because I have a dog emoji. Now I'm wondering, did this mean that he had a dog or he had a bitch? Because they're both true, you know, but I wasn't going to ask a follow-up because I thought it was a sensitive issue, you know. I think you know what I'm talking about. You know, now, the reality is, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm still a virgin. My wife is pissed. We had this big argument, you know. Apparently I did not get her what she wanted for our anniversary, you know. It was a month subscription to Netflix. I thought it was good. We could both enjoy it, you know. So I thought I had to make it up to her, you know. I said to her, sugar pie, sweetie, baby. Because I forgot her name. I said, honey dog, you got to admit it though. At least I'm better than Hitler. She said, at least he had ambition. So, I'm a minimalist now. Well, you know, since the divorce. You never know if it's going to work or not, but you know, I got you on my side. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was we had sort of a Hollywood romance in the end. It was like that film, you know, the one, the French film, you know, Les Miserables. So I was out the other night. I was trying to get laid the other night. It's sort of an art. And do they use that word anymore? Or do they just call it chlamydia now? It's just a matter of time, you know. Not to kind of keep hitting it, you know what I mean? You know, I got no shame whatsoever. So I was at a wellness center because I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing, you know what I mean? And it's up in Amsterdam, so it's both men and women together, and there's no clothes, so yeah, everybody's naked. Yeah, I've been going like 7 years now, so I've literally seen like thousands of your parents and grandparents naked. Oh, it's hot in the sauna. Outside the sauna, it's another story. But the thing is this, I'm an American, and it's like, we don't have foreskins, like, we're all circumcised at birth. Like, we literally don't have foreskins in our porno. You know? So I had never seen these things in my life, you know what I'm saying? All I can tell you is this. When the Jews, the Muslims, and the Americans can actually agree on something, it's worth a second look, isn't it? I mean, I'm not saying this is the path to world peace. I'm just saying I've done my part. All I can tell you, though. So, but I've seen a lot of people naked, and I've seen a lot of you dudes, actually. And the weird thing is, some of you guys, you've got so much of so much skin there, it looks like you're standing too near a candle. You know, like your dick started to melt a bit, you know, wiggling and shit. All I'm telling you is this: that's not a foreskin, okay? That's a 5-skin. The thing is, again, though. What's the room's feeling on porn? Is it a big porno room? I just feel like there's a big porno crowd. She raised her hand. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, proud of you. I'm proud of you. Everybody saw it. Everybody saw it. It's cool. Are you into MILF porn? You know, have you heard of this? You know, mothers I'd like to fuck? You know, no? How about GILF porn? Grandmothers I'd like to fuck? This is a thing. You know, and if you want information, that the English sort of lead the world in young grandmothers, oddly enough. But what's hotter than that, I don't know if you've seen it or not, what I've gotten into recently is VILF porn. Have you seen this? Yeah, vegans I'd like to fuck. Yeah, I mean, they're a little low energy, but it's really, really hot, is all I'm saying, you know? See, now when I grew up, because I'm like old, back then, we didn't have technology, you know? Like, I literally grew up before porno, so it's like I learned to masturbate having never seen pornography, you know? I had to make my own drawings, you know? It's like a fucking caveman jerking off against the wall. It's not cool. But it's crap I thought of, and I thought I'd mention it to a group of people, because I'm like that, you know? You know, the thing is, though, it's like, you know, I'm not into hygiene. Look, if I can't spell it, I don't do it, all right? They say there's no I in team. I say there's no I in hygiene. Fuck spell checker. Goddamn little red line. It's like grammar. If it's grammar, why do we pronounce it grammar? See what I'm saying? I don't get that shit. That's why I don't do grammar properly either, you know? But the truth is, spell checker can help you, if you stick with it. What you do is this. It's a simple trick. When it puts that little red line underneath your word, you just click on it, add to dictionary. Over time, your spelling gets better and better. And fuck your friends who tell you you're spelling shit wrong, because they don't know anything, because I didn't get anything wrong. It's all perfect. That's all I'm saying. You never know. You just never know. So how about the religious thing? We're a big religious crowd. I thought the Jehovah's Witness joke went well. What's with the religious people? Is it just me? I mean, they get all uppity-buppity about stuff. It's like the second coming of Christ. What's the big deal? I came twice yesterday. Nobody threw me a party. Hell, nobody even helped. All right? I had to do it myself. I mentioned God a bunch of times. So the thing is this, though. It's like, you know, in the end, I actually don't remember the first time I had sex. Moving forward. You know, because it was just such an overwhelming experience, you know, because I had never been to prison before. But I learned a lot of things at that time, though. I learned that in a lot of ways, being straight and being gay, they're not that different. I'll give you an example. As a straight man, I can't get laid. This table right here knows why. However, as a gay man, I choose not to get laid. Yeah, see, at the end of the night, the end result is exactly the same. But the difference is empowering. Yeah, see, now I get to be the stuck-up little bitch who's too good to suck a dick. Well, I'm going to look for an out here. This is a Friday. Happy Friday 13th to you all. I hope you had a good, lucky 13th day today. Just recently, I decided I was going to buy a dog. A friend of mine, he bought himself a dog, my buddy with a dog. And the guy's a nihilist, right? And yet he names his dog Karma. But it's a male dog. So when people find out the dog's name, invariably will say, hey, Karma's a bitch. And he says, nah, man. Karma's just a dog. You make your own reality. My reality is just a whole lot of fun. I got to thank you all for a fun little night. My name is Socrates. I love a Dutch audience. I'll see you all again soon.
Socrates, everyone. Great philosopher.